In the season 2, we drink from cups with minions on them.
Welcome to the... Hold on.
You can turn on your microphone.
Yep, there it is.
Ho!
Welcome to the Miniboss podcast, the only podcast where Maddie forgets your birthday.
Yeah! I didn't forget, I just didn't know which day.
Actually, that is also true.
That's the thing with dudes, especially like around our ages. We're not like advertising our birthday.
Oh, no, I do not.
Like it used to be like, you're like, I don't want anyone to know my birthday. I don't want anyone to know what day it is. But like, it was like, people would drop like hints like in a week, I'm going out for dinner.
Say I didn't do that.
I'm going out for dinner this week, just no reason. Just going because I'm going to be fucking 40 years old, you fucking corpse.
Season 1, I was in my late 30s, and now, because the world's on fire, we had to bring the show back.
Yeah,
Season 2 will probably save the world, Maddie, if we're being honest.
Like, it was about time. It's not up for us to say that we're like podcasting space Christ. That's not for us to say. That's for them to say.
That's for them and God.
That's for
kind of spoke out. Like, I'm unshaven. You're looking amazing.
You are unshaven.
You've got South Dakota like sun on you. It's really nice.
Yeah, I did get sunburned on my arms. I got a fun burn right in this little window.
Yeah.
I went up to North Dakota. Saw my sister.
Did you see anybody cool?
Just my family.
You met Adele.
Yeah, I met my oldest sister that helped raise me from birth.
Yeah. OG Adele, if we're being specific mathematically.
Oh, Adele is OG. I'm going to turn you down just a taddest bit.
Thank you.
But
you went via the
we took
OG.
the choo-choo.
Yeah.
We took the choo-choo. There were no cowboys. There were no people riding their horses up to the train and jumping off and saying, "This is a stick up."
Horses are expensive.
Horses are fucking expensive.
You ever fill
Holy
one
shit.
up with gas? Oh my god, you're gonna pay so much money.
Costing me an arm and a leg and feed and beans. Actually, we did have the opportunity to go check out horses because my niece lives on like a little farm area where they got horses and shit.
Oh, no.
But halfway through, Ash and I got sick.
On what? Was it a food thing or?
No, it was definitely like, well, you get up there and the Canadian wildfires are so much worse that I think it may have like dropped the immune system. Plus, like traveling on a train where it's stale ass air.
Dude, that'll mess you up.
Because like with flying, it's the same thing where they circulate the air. You can't just pop open the train window, just like a dog.
Fair enough.
But like, yeah, there was a guy fucking horking up on our way up there, and I'm like, that's our Resident Evil fucking type or patient zero in the middle of the night when we're trying to sleep.
I would never shoot you in the head if you were a zombie.
So
I'd use like a trap. Anyway,
I was hoping that would be more like what's that movie? Shaun of the Dead. Where he keeps his zombie friend chained up.
Oh, I'd hook you up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
You're a good dude.
But yeah, we got sick. It was more so like when you're so busy. I have this theory that when you're so busy and you just keep going and going and going and going and going, that the moment you take a break, your body's like, "Hey, you busy right now?" You're like, "What?" And it's like, boom. You have burning eyes and stuffed sinuses.
Because you don't have time to get sick.
Yeah.
That it's a weird thing I heard since I was a kid, but like makes sense as an adult. Like, you're just busy, you're not going to notice. Yeah, right?
Either that or just it's drinking. it's drinking for 4 days straight. Not like copious amounts, but just
that's fair.
Just enough to really lay the smack down on the old immune system. It's like, please stop.
How was the trip back?
Trip back could have been a lot worse.
Trained twice, right?
Trained twice, yes. I had left myself a couple of days from when we got back to Wisconsin, so that way I wasn't having so much like anxiety of like, fuck, I've got to go back, and then the next day I got to go back to work. Fuck that. I gave myself a few day head start.
That's good.
But yeah, staying up until 1 a.m. just to make sure like the train's gonna be on time. My sister, she's 46, and her staying up past 8 is like, Adele, just make sure that we get to the train station on time. She's like, I will. But yeah, watch some movies. I was sad to leave, but very excited to get back. I swear to God, North Dakota has nothing. It has 2 highways.
Yeah.
It has one right here and one right here, and they go across the state.
Yep. Even
it is an F tier state.
Nice.
It is the
welcome to enemies of the show.
It is
the state of North Dakota minus specifically Adele.
And there's a couple
and all her offspring.
Well, there are cool people. It's just that they don't live in Devil's Lake. They all move and go to Grand Forks. They move and go to Fargo, you know? They don't stick around this tiny fucking podunk town. They don't even have a Taco Bell. They have a Taco John's, and that's about
Taco John's is fine.
Here's the thing. That's about as Mexican as their
We're
food
not
gets.
going to make season 3 if this argument's going to be a thing.
Which you cannot blame them because like they are like literally like the furthest state away from Mexico, like culturally and geographically. The spiciest thing to have is like lefse and sour cream.
It's already this bad here. Like, damn.
We have great Mexican options here in town, but
but it's because of that.
Here's the thing. The way that I look at it is Fond du Lac is Wisconsin's 15th biggest town.
That's pretty accurate, honestly.
We are tied with their 3rd biggest town in North Dakota. Yeah. So this would be if this was North Dakota, this would be like Metropolis number 3. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh my God, we're Bob and Tom of North Dakota. Cheers, there.
But yeah, it was a great trip. I drank a lot.
Do you have a favorite like brewery there?
Brewery,
or like a thing that comes from there that you can drink and get fucked up off of?
We did find a vodka canned vodka cocktail drink from Bismarck Distillery.
Okay.
It was an apple pie, and it was very tasty. I ended up drinking a lot of R&R Canadian whiskey.
All right, R&R.
And a lot of Busch Light.
Very Stone Cold Steve Austin of you.
And they have, because Drecker's is in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And they had some of that, so that was pretty good. But yeah, just like a lot of Busch Light.
All right.
A lot of Irish cream in my coffee, a lot of Busch Light, and a lot of fucking watching Prices Right, and a lot of Prices Right. A lot of Prices Right.
The era, the Drew Carey era.
Both, because they only have like the 10 channels up there.
They still fall under that old system there.
Mm-hmm. And
I approve of
we watch the current Prices Right in the morning, then we will switch over to Tubi or Freevee or whatever has Prices Right on. Then we watch that for 3 more hours. The fun part was the jingles for the commercials up there, like Jeff's Plumbing's #1 will unclog your pipes and leave you none down. Jeff's Plumbing, and it's like all the plumbers like,
hold on, I need you to hear this new sound.
I think they got what you need. But yeah, it was a great time, and I'm so glad that I don't have to do it for another couple of years.
I don't think it'll be a couple. The annual thing. I mean,
annual. Fuck that.
You did it last year.
2 years ago. Year and a half.
No, last year was you and B-Bear, right?
2 years ago.
Time
and that was kind of on a whim.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's one of those things where like I'll FaceTime my sister, and I'll be like, she's like, you should come visit. I'm like, yeah. Because, she's got a family and a business to run up there. Fucking, it's hard for her to fucking just all the way down. Me, I got PTO.
I thought about the logistics of a kidnapping, and it honestly,
it's not worth it.
It wouldn't be.
Once you get past the restraining orders and I'm sorry.
Another member of your family who I'm not going to name. I'll just give you a hint. Another sibling of yours was like, if I could only get her here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly's got a good point.
Yeah. I mean,
But, no.
hey, that's the thing, because if she came down here, we got Mom, we got Adele, we got Kelly.
I'll drive. I don't give a shit.
Fuck it. Adele. Come down to
We'll
Wisconsin.
make it happen. Well, that's where Maddie.
Once
got his
the boy's
groove back.
18, once the boy's out of the house, I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot
He'll be
easier.
fine.
Yeah, but that's like 6 years away from now. But
We'll get there.
yeah, great time.
As long as you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes,
I'm gonna
please.
be a
I know I
monster.
say that every time we put out an episode, and I'm the only one that leaves comments from like my alternate account. I'm like, well, you guys are looking handsome. Love leaving comments. Bye. But also,
All of those are right.
I never check in on how our videos are doing. I just put it out
I don't
there
either. Why
and
would I?
completely forget what I say.
You know why I don't read comments, and that might be why you definitely will never read comments again.
Yeah, just read
Because
my own
some
comments.
bitch named Linda is gonna be racist for no reason and make you insecure for like 5 seconds.
Not unless you're on another episode of Bar Rescue.
I will be.
I had a Bar Rescue joke in my stand-up routine.
I wish
before
I
I
would have
left.
made it. I was too busy being a new employee.
I said that Bar Rescue is in town,
Mm-hmm.
did all this work,
Mm-hmm.
and Top Shelf changed their name to Blue Line Tavern. And now that the fame is kind of worn off a bit, they're actually kind of rebrand again to the Flatline Tavern because they're having trouble with people walking in.
I get it.
A lot of places are closing
It's
down.
so bad.
Hive's shutting
I'm
down.
not mad. Wait, yeah.
Hive's shutting down. Craft
First
Cities.
of all, I can't wait for Erica's next project.
I mean,
like-
she'll be taken care of.
She's gonna do some stuff.
She's a smart
Er-
tough cookie. She's already.
Erica and Jason are like they're the best.
I mean,
man.
she's already the
Like-
front of house management at the Prairie View Theater when I did Rocky Horror.
Oh really?
Yep. So
I didn't
now
know
that
that.
now that they have food and beverage there, people will fucking go.
She knows her stuff, man.
And also
Like,
they have like
it's
a
gonna be
mobile
great.
bar business, and they have like
It looks
statewide
good.
liquor license, so they can just travel.
Oh, they got the statewide.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's work.
she's already
Oh yeah, she's
doing
fine.
good. But also when I was up there, Craft City's
And
shutting
shout
down.
out like marketing. Love you, Jason.
For the third time, Craft City's shutting down. The craft beer bar, yeah, across the.
I mean, when I had when I started at Top, that thing like had a bar, and then boom, and then Craft City showed up, and now boom. It's
Well, I
just
think
like,
Craft City needed a bigger bar.
he needed like a storefront. It needed something else, like have a front side for the crafts. That way, it would have been a bigger investment on his part, but like his vision, everything that was there was.
I just
good.
think not a lot of people are buying
Mark.
craft beers to go.
See, I would if it had like
I
a
wouldn't.
thing that was.
I mean, I looked and it was like,
put it in the
yeah.
right spot.
There's only so many IPAs, like.
Well,
I'm
it's
a
not
very
just
niche.
those. They had the THC seltzers.
Mhm.
Big fan. And then they were buying other interesting crafts, like those ones that were Pokemon cans.
I loved
like,
those. I
those are
fucking
really
loved
good.
those.
Like the banana Pikachu thing, amazing. Loved it. The Psyduck, well, that's the greatest Pokemon that ever existed.
I had the
Psyduck.
Bulbasaur one. It was fucking delicious.
Right? Dude. Like,
But it was one of those places where, like, I mean, I know.
Guy has an eye. And shout out PETA, love you. Like, that much.
That was for you, Peta. But it's
and
not.
Abe.
It's a bar that probably has so few regulars, just because I feel like every time I went, it was like trying to fucking fight someone for bar space.
It was
So
such
I'm
a
like,
small area.
If there's
though.
no room
Like,
for me, I'm not gonna come.
Yeah. That's part of the. Well, Craft City is part of the reason you have that thing with the dart players. Right?
Yeah,
Right,
that was
it's
one
right
spot
at the front
too.
Of the bar. Like.
Mhm. Put that shit in
This
the
is
bathroom
season
next
one
to the
lore.
fucking toilet.
So after you watch this episode, rewatch season 1. Literally early episodes. but
Yeah,
that was a peak.
I was such an angry
Yeah.
lad in the winter. Just fucking dart play. God, don't get me started.
100%.
Don't get me fucking started.
Season 2 is already doing great.
But yeah, I did a stand up show. It went well.
How'd you
Nobody
like-
was there because it was right before Walleye
Was it
Weekend.
that bad?
The whole first 2 rows were empty, and considering how you can't see past those lights, it might as well have been
No,
empty.
you're right.
I heard like people chuckling. I got laughs, which is
You
good.
do. Like, I don't have to see your shows.
But
to
it
know.
was like, who's out there? I'm a sweaty fucking mess.
Isn't it a weird like way to perform?
It is such a weird.
Because it's opposite what we're used to. Because when you think stand up, this is where. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a little shade at our rivals. Move the Mic podcast. This is for you, and this is for you, Cash.
Both of them are doing.
They're doing great. They're doing this next.
Well, they're doing.
Thursday.
They're doing the next.
But honestly, buy tickets. They're both great dudes.
Go support
they're
local
both
comedy.
good comedians. Fun fact: Cash Money Carl is my brother. 1, 2, 3 dots in reality work. Reality TV.
Oh yeah, he was.
So, yeah, there we go. That's
Well, I
what
wouldn't
it is.
call his show reality TV. It was
He
more.
got
of a,
ripped on in front of the hottest people in the world by one of the people I respect, and I really like Cash.
That was
great. He's a great dude on top of it. So, like, honestly, that episode.
I would have figured that
makes
was
me
more
like
of a
him a lot
game
more.
show than anything. That was Holy Moly, the
Holy
mini golf
moly!
show.
Season 2 episode. Cash Money Carl.
And
with a
just
K.
like you, he just
As in
rides
Ku
on that
Klux-
success. Just won't let it go.
I won't let it go with Cash's shit.
Have you seen Bar Rescue?
Well, he never told. Yeah, dude.
I'm John Taffer.
I'm gonna be like that with the bar rescue thing. I think that's like the way I am as a veteran, where I don't shut up about it. With the few character flaws that I kind of like about me, I'm gonna do the same with the bar rescue one, just to like make the comedian side of my brain laugh, like just to like
You're writing in
force
your
people
notebook.
in a situation where
You're
it's
just
like,
writing in your notebook going,
hey Maddie, how do you like your drink? Is it good?
that's
I'm
pretty good.
glad that I provided the chaser because I was on bar rescue. That's like the kind of bullshit that I want to do.
I was on
just
Bar
to
Rescue.
annoy motherfucker. Like at this point, like that's kind of one of the fun bits I like.
That's going to be like your one time at band camp story.
No.
One time on Bar Rescue.
But if I had a chance, I would definitely shove a flute in Donnie Wahlberg's. We're gonna do an edit from here to here. Give me a long beep. Give me a long beep. That's your homework. Give me a long beep until
I don't know
do
how to
the
edit.
snap, because now it's gonna appear on your thing very readable for the like, because snaps hit a very specific.
Oh, you're trying to give me an edit point, but there's no editing. This is just it. This is it. Welcome to the show. I'm actually going to turn
This
this
is so much fun.
down because this takes up a lot of resources. Now we just got to fucking talk to each other.
We have the oldest situation ever. This whole podcast is being done on a 17-piece Acer Aspire laptop where we have to have people that are plugging in the power batteries all the time.
Mm-hmm. There's a hamster on a wheel, actually.
Yeah.
Really cranking it on the other side. We actually had to soundproof the cage.
We actually got to a point where we stopped
Otherwise, you
naming
hear.
them. Yeah. We don't even name them anymore. Just tomorrow.
Well, we're so tired of replacing hamsters.
And Willow's getting so buff on the hamster bones and meat. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really
They're like
impressed.
little chicken nuggets.
We just did bit. Thank you. That was fun.
Good bit.
I really appreciate
Good
it.
bit. That's every time.
We haven't done bit in a
Good
minute.
job. Good job.
Yeah, that was a good bit though. That was a sweet bit. What else are we talking about?
Well, we are a video game podcast, supposedly.
Are we about to talk about the Evilist Chronicle?
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I've been waiting to talk to you about it because we're in like several group chats together,
yeah.
and we text and we communicate in too many different ways.
Mhm.
And if I'm bored or like high as hell, I'll just call him. And sometimes
And I don't
remember.
answer. I'm just like, I'm busy.
We
busy.
understand our relationship with each other, but I'm really glad we can talk Evilist Chronicles with each other because this is
Well,
a game we both super care about.
Yeah, so what was it? Summer Game Fest happened.
and
Jeff-
this was since our last episode.
Yeah, so
Tactics. I'm gonna try to get us
The whole
this for-
Summerfest-
I want us to get this game for
the
free.
whole Summerfest was fine. There was a few things that I was interested in, like a Bloodstained sequel's coming out next year. I mean,
it'll be good.
Koji Igarashi's like, if they're not making Castlevanias, I'll make my
It'll
own
be good.
Castlevania.
It'll be
I'm
so
gonna
good.
buy it.
Dude knows what to do. He
But
knows
yeah,
what the
like,
audience wants.
seeing finally that Final Fantasy Tactics remaster finally coming out, like it's the world's
Me and you have
fucking
been
worst
that's our oldest conversation point before we even had this. whole
worst
thing
kept
going on.
secret in the world was
Well,
just
everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
Like
And
when War of the Lions came out, well, I was on my first deployment, so that was at 2009.
Well, it was also like everybody wants it, but also it's when the Nvidia leaks came out, like in 2016.
About
That they're like, oh yeah, they're making all these things, and now there's only one thing left that hasn't come out or it hasn't been announced, and that's Final Fantasy IX remaster. So we're literally the reason I bought a PS5 was to play fucking the Final Fantasy VII remakes, Final Fantasy 16, and I knew that Tactics was going to come out, and I knew that 9 was going to come out. And now I'm just waiting on 9.
It's gonna be fun. I've been watching challenge playthroughs.
Excuse me.
Of 9, and it's been like making me want to replay it. There was one that came out. I don't know if it was Zephyros Gaming or another one. With an X, Zephyros. But he did a only Tantalus playthrough that I screenshotted. I'll show you after filming. But I'm gonna watch that tonight because that would be that. Like I'm just watching all the replays, and I'm like, I can't believe I got Excalibur 2. I forgot that I did.
Well, that's the thing. Like Final Fantasy, like none of the Final Fantasies are necessarily hard. 5 maybe, 3 maybe.
3 definitely because the lack of yeah.
Well, you can invest in some shitty jobs and get stuck, and it's like, oh man, my fucking characters suck. Yeah. But you can always just grind. Whereas like something like Final Fantasy 9, it's easy. It's it's comfort food for me at that point.
It is, and it looks good. It feels good. Like it's a great game.
And the thing that was interesting is like everyone says like your favorite Final Fantasy is the one like the first one you played, and I don't think that's interesting. No, my first one
or a
6. 6 was definitely my first one on Super Nintendo when it was still called 3.
I played it when it was still 3. My first was technically 1, but
a lot of
the
people,
only one I cared about was 3, which would become.
I think 6. A lot of people like.
I hit the right age for
when they first started playing, and maybe their first one was Final Fantasy 9. I don't think they would have liked it that much, just because of how much it takes from the past.
Well, that's kind of the beauty of the Final Fantasy series. It's like wherever you land, you're gonna remember the first one, and then you're also gonna remember the best one. So,
but I mean, it's a remaster. It's a great way to fucking just play it on modern consoles. I'm not an achievement guy, but I'm excited to see what it has to offer.
It's gonna be
because to be fair, Final Fantasy Tactics isn't that hard.
It was, and it came out. I was running that at the same time I was doing 8.
As long as you keep multiple save files for that Wii Graph fight, where you have to like 1v1, and if you fuck up with your Ramza character, and it's like fuck, I'm soft locked and I have to start over again.
Yeah, well, also when War of the Lions came out, they kept an auto like at your.
Auto saves. Yeah.
They were good about it. But yeah, that Wii Graph fight though, they also changed that too.
To what?
They made it more manageable.
Oh, they made pussy baby mode.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, cool. Because I'm a pussy baby. So un perdedor, I'm a pussy baby. Pretty sure that's
so. There's a dare in there somewhere. I don't know what it is.
But that comes out in September.
September 3rd.
I believe. Yeah,
I'm excited about it. Well, we're talking about Final Fantasy.
Well, we'll get to that later.
I can't wait.
A big chunk.
Yeah, no.
Another from Game Fest is the people that made Shovel Knight. Yacht Club Games released or teased their new game. Not teased, trailer. It's been teased for a long time ago. It's called Mina the Hollower. And whereas Shovel Knight was more of a Mega Man type.
It was very Mega Man. I was replaying it recently, actually.
This is Mina the Hollower is more of a Zelda type. Like where it looks like the Zelda top-down Game Boy kind of. But that doesn't come out until Halloween.
Great.
So it's like, fuck. I mean, there's still games to play.
Is so good. So much bang for your buck with them.
Oh, true. the fact that you bought a game once and then it's like, here's 5 full campaigns
Yeah, you're fine.
is always going to be
We
fucking
love and
goated.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Yacht Club, and Southpaw. You already know who Southpaw is because Skull is definitely the only game that I know from them. But like those two indie developers, but great fans. True allies of the show.
Like I said, fucking, I'm not into like the whole like crazy ass combat. Like, good on you for liking it. The only reason I played Dead Cells because it had Castlevania in it.
But Dead Cells also has Skull in it too.
Oh, does it?
It does. A skin and and 2 moves.
It stands from Undertale.
It's pretty much.
What else is coming out? I mean, again, the Switch 2 had come out since we last recorded. We know a couple of people that have got it, and of course, everyone's gonna fucking glaze it because they spent $500 on a Mario Kart machine.
When our mutual friend, we're gonna call them JC,
Yeah,
B Big, specifically, bought it. You actually kind of called this in the air, and you called it on the air when you said it's got the one good game that is worth the money. Everything else, I'm gonna wait.
mm-hmm.
And
even people playing Mario Kart World is like, it's great, it's fine, it's good, it's good.
Well, I mean, Macy P Big said that actually said that they would pay a little bit more for specifically just the one game. For the
It's already dollars, Macy.
It sounds so.
It's already
much
$80.
It sounds so much fun. And what I've been watching.
But here's the thing: how much length can you get out of fucking
honestly
Mario Kart?
The amount of value that you are getting from Smash Brothers reflects the way that he spoke to me about this game.
The thing is,
and I didn't see Bracy as a freaking racing game human.
It's not a racing game. That's the thing. It's a go-kart game. It's it's like arcade.
What are you doing go-karts? Are you going to race unless you're going to hunt something?
When every course,
I will out northern.
when every course is designed for 24 racers,
but then you
the
race
roads
between.
The roads are so wide that it's just like
it has to be because it's an open world.
There's no challenge. Bring back F-Zero.
No,
you put an F-Zero out.
First of all, that's 2 different conversations. Because obviously...
But when it's just like, I'm having so much fun with Mario in a cool outfit, driving down a long straightaway that looks like fucking Nebraska. I'm sorry. I'm not going to play it yet.
It's always a different experience. It's the same like if you play a
And you know what? I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be a hater.
Only one of us will survive to season 3.
But, I mean, honestly, when I realized when the game, the Switch 2 was coming out, and they're like, oh, we've got GameCube games. And I realized that was the thing that I was most excited for. I just got an emulation machine. $200. Fucking plays some Switch games.
You've gotten more value out of that than
True.
Right?
And
you feel like...
And that's the thing. You can put, ROM hacks on that shit.
The way that I've heard the new Mario Kart described is that the value overplays.
Well, if it's an $80 game, guys, fucking don't buy $80 games.
Not all the time. Let's not make this a norm. It doesn't have to.
And that's what they're like. Oh, it's variable pricing. Donkey Kong is only $70.
No.
I'm like, does Donkey Kong?
I feel like there's a good deal in Mario Kart World. If that has to be the standard, is what I want. Something that if I'm going to pay $80 to $100, I want to feel like I would brag to my friends about it.
I wanted to come with a USB flashlight that gives me blowjobs for $80.
Copyright. Miniboss.
I want that Mario Kart.
Brought to you by Adam and Eve.
I want the Waluigi model.
Please, we're gonna
with
negotiate
the long
going back
mustache
to
and the
specific
big
point in
nose,
time.
baby. Wah.
This will be literally the best investment Adam and Eve ever had if this works out.
I mean, true. I mean,
don't cut that point.
My Retroid is what I brought along with the train trip. I didn't even bring my Switch because I'm like...
Your PS5 account said you were playing Clair Obscura.
While I was gone? Oh.
And I don't
Probably because it was on rest mode.
I don't think Benny Bear was playing.
No, because it's on rest mode. I used to have this problem a lot. When I was on PS4.
Okay.
When I was on PS4, I'd always leave it on rest mode and go watch YouTube and shit. And my buddy would always try to add me come play games with us. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking playing games. I'm just watching YouTube. But because it's on my, are you grabbing a drink?
What do you want?
Just whatever was colorful in the fridge.
Keep it going.
But yeah, like, so I was playing my Retroid, and it's literally like the size of a phone. Also, remember, right before I left, the one thing that's bad about this is that the fucking joysticks are prone to falling off. And one day while I was at work, one must have fallen off in my scrubs and went through the wash. So I'm like, fuck, I'm just left with like a stick, like a true like stick. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking annoying way to play this, especially when I go on vacation tomorrow. I fashioned a joystick out of a penny and some tape. I just totally MacGyvered it. And I had Eric play it for a little bit. And he's like, well, it works. It fucking works. Because I overnighted like the joysticks. Overnighted them. You never know when Amazon's showing up. I got a train to catch at 3. But luckily, like before I left, like at like 1 p.m., it was like, your Amazon package is next in line. I'm like, fuck yeah. So, brought this along. What did I play? I played a lot. Let me save. Save slots. Save slots. See you do that, Switch 2. We'll probably do that anyways. Let's see. I finished Twilight Princess. That's what I did. And it turns out that game has a lot of fluff. I didn't even go to half the islands in that game and beat it fucking so easily. Let's see. And then I started playing Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. You stub your toe?
No, I did a thing.
You gonna cry about it?
Yeah.
You gonna cry? You gonna cry?
I did all the fluids.
We do fetish material now.
Yeah. Fuck it.
But here's the thing. Am I gonna travel? This is great for
It's
travel.
so cool.
This is great for travel versus when
That custom thing you put on there.
Oh, this is 3D printed. I overnighted the parts. But compared to when I play this in fucking handheld mode now, it's just like, holy shit, this is huge. And even now that the Switch 2 is even fucking bigger, at what point is your system?
I'm excited about the Switch 2.
You're portable
just because of the size.
God, fuck. And people
I
are saying
I can skip 10 minutes at the gym if it weighs enough.
yeah. Well,
Sure.
people are already saying.
Let me know what you think. This is in there.
Oh, thanks. It's just fucking weird
With
jungle
Steel
juice.
Reserve. It's what I do.
But like people are already saying like there's Joy-Con drift still. People are saying that their screens are getting scratched. People are saying that there's a lot of weird year one Switch stuff. Like never buy a launch console. That's just
never buy a console at launch.
I'm gonna wait until it's report card season, and their parents fucking put that shit on Facebook Marketplace, and then I buy it, and then I look the kid in their face, and I go,
I still hear happiness.
Yeah. God, I'm the fucking cringe.
No. You know what? The Miniboss is approved. The subtle to light bullying of tweens on
Bring it back. Bring back subtle, slight bullying, especially to children. If you're a grown man, fuck them kids.
Fuck them.
That's what I say every time Walmart asks me to round $1 up. Fuck them kids. Your problem, not mine.
Fuck the kid.
Oh, I got to see a lot of
That
buffalo.
was fun. I love that we got our bitch shit like really on point. Hey.
Oh, I would bit? No, that's how I fucking feel.
I know, seriously.
Get those snotty kids away from me.
Children that we aren't related to.
Even the ones I am.
Can probably fuck off.
I didn't grow up with the gentle parenting that you had. Now I'm just jealous.
I didn't have gentle parenting.
It's get your ass in the house before I motherfucking beat your ass. Yeah. I raised in a black family.
I was raised in the South. That I felt that.
Brought back some trauma?
Yeah, in a good way.
Brought back some trauma.
No, dude.
Also, I was playing Castlevania Lemon of Innocence, and it is
Lemon of Innocence?
It is a game that deserves to stay in the past.
Which one was Lament?
That was the one where you're Leon Belmont, the first chronological one.
Oh, wait,
I'll kill you and the night.
Did you finish? Yeah. We will hunt the night. Like that fucking dude. He was the shout out when they went down the thing in the Netflix. They had
the big poster in the Netflix show.
I want to rewatch that.
But yeah,
I need something
I played
after
it.
Schitt's
I
Creek.
played it.
Schitt's
I
Creek
skipped
was
all the
amazing.
cutscenes because I kind of knew the general gist of the story. And
That's what we tell ourselves when we get drunk.
It's
we just
mindless.
rerun the whole Belmont family.
It's mindless fun. Maybe what I'll do is when I beat the game, and because it has like multiple modes after that, maybe that'll give it some more replay value. But I'm gonna go straight into the Castlevania. What is it? Not Harmony of Dissonance. There's so many weird.
They have so many. Well,
it's the one where you play as Hector.
Oh,
and
wait.
it came out for like
That one was
Xbox
good.
and PS2.
That wasn't the dude Hector. Oh my god!
I'll look up the name right now.
Yeah, it wasn't the Man of Innocence. It was not Harmony of Dissonance. Damn it, that
Curse
was my favorite.
of Darkness.
Curse of Darkness. Yeah, it was Hector and Isaac. And honestly, I wish you already know how I feel about gingers, but
Show Isaac is much better than Game Isaac.
Yeah, Show Isaac.
Show Isaac
and
is
that
the best character in like
that would have
the first
hit
series.
really hard, honestly.
What don't you eat the belly?
I appreciate Isaac, but like I appreciate Game Isaac. Like that whole devil making thing, like my brain, like I love that level of customization bullshit. Like I get
it's like Castlevania, but you get a little Pokemon that you can make to follow you around and do most your bidding.
And I like the whole like make me kill one enemy a few times. Like don't go ridiculous with grinding percentages and shit, but like that game, like if you like, it was pre-achievements. Yeah. But that was the first game where I was like, I need to unlock every devil, every armament I can make. I want to make like. I was on the internet. I actually cared about.
You actually had printed out like graphs of just like if I put this points.
5 cents at Kinko's per page. Just kidding. I actually
at the Mayville Library with my floppy disk.
I worked IT in the Army. I could afford a printer.
Let's see.
And network it.
No, but the only other thing from the Game Fest that I'm really looking forward to. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out on Switch 1, so why would I buy a Switch 2 for that?
Wait, it's coming out on 1?
Yeah, there's going to be a few games that are still coming out on Switch 1.
Matty, like, because you keep me straight on Nintendo shit. Well, I love their stuff, but
I can like a company and still keep them critical. I'm not going to just fucking suck their dicks.
Like Gerard, Charity Stealer, Khalil.
Oh man, fucking
We're gonna leave that.
I still check on.
I wanted to watch his stuff. I
still check on in his channel page, and the last one was like, which Triforce are you? Power, courage, wisdom.
Wait, it's like that?
And the first one was like, how about the Triforce of integrity, Gerard? I didn't write that. Somebody else did, but everyone fucking piled on.
I just love that you told me.
We're not going to fucking let that go.
That's only because I can't thumbs up that. Like, dude, I actually really liked his old shit, but I liked where his head was at, and I feel
it always felt like.
But after this thing, it kind of shows other stuff,
like a slightly disingenuous. And now that this happened, is like, oh yeah.
Like imagine your best friend
like
having
remember when
an ankle monitor. All of a sudden,
remember when he had that Greg Wilmot guy on?
I loved him,
and then he was just like, yeah,
I
kicked me out.
try to be your Greg Wilmot, but I do not want you to be you are not a Gerard Curler.
I always think it's funny that Gerard's a big fat guy. And then he is.
I was talking about the beard.
I'm
a shavy boy.
No, but like
2. This is going away every episode after this.
He's actually going to have fun new facial hair every episode. But like,
no, I'll fuck.
So
I might do it.
Gerard was a big guy.
I'm gonna fuck with you on this.
Gerard was a big guy, but like every time like he had his like thumbnail editor, like cartoonist guy.
If we get $16,000 on Patreon, I might do a Hitler. No, I will not. Absolutely not. $16 billion. I'll do a Charlie Chaplin mustache. See, season 2 starting highly, but continue.
Still sick.
I know.
That's why my voice sounds so deep. I want to talk about Final Fantasy cards.
Are you ready? You did your research on it.
Keep in mind, I have a lot of time at work. I was more familiar, just a tad familiar with Magic.
Actually, you have some decks in this house.
Mm-hmm.
There are cards right there.
Yeah.
But
the Final Fantasy collab finally dropped.
We were both super excited about it.
You went out and actually got some.
I figured it out.
I watched a 5-hour video that went over every card, explained like, oh, like this is what's going on in the picture. This is part of this game. This is what's just because I'm like, yeah, fucking.
This is
but
something I want us to do, dude. Because I didn't like Magic. You've owned cards for years.
yeah.
You've pseudo.
I'm a layman in terms of the games, you know.
Yeah.
I know one way of playing, and that's aggro red of just like put all my creatures out and hope I win.
By the way, all right, we're vulnerable. We're here.
Mhm.
We have weird unwritten rules with each other when we do video games. No, actually, 100% Bromo. Happy Pride Month.
Mhm.
We name characters in Final Fantasy after each other.
Yeah.
I like to do Edgar for myself, if not Locke. Locke only because of a bond me and him have when we did our first randomizer, and then Locke ended up owning it. I'm like, that's my dude. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like we fall under that kind of category, and that's why I saved those cards. And then I sent him. I did a poll. Like, I bought myself a birthday gift. I turned 40 on Sunday, and for my birthday weekend, I just kind of took care of myself. One of my favorite things to eat. I'm gonna do a shout out. Hang Ten Poke Kid.
I've never had them yet.
It's so good. Maddie. Actually, if you use code Miniboss,
No.
You-
you will get laughed at.
you'll get. Oh, dude, no.
We're here for
bowl,
Mini-
dude. You have never had a bowl. They're not bulgogi beef. That's the flavors I'm reminded of. They have kimchi and all this other shit. Like, I can't believe you haven't eaten there yet. For them, I do the Kahuna beef bowl with jalapenos.
So they're not just like raw fish
Pineapple.
bowls?
Dude, they're
Not that I have anything against
their
sushi
ahi
bowls.
is delivered day after. Like, it's dry ice packed.
Yeah.
Well, Kian's. I am so totally.
That's one thing that was allow me to interject
He's
for
gonna
a
have
moment.
to pay me for oral sex at this.
Allow
point.
me to interject for a moment. So we
Sure.
went to the butcher shop in North Dakota.
What was
And
it
Devil's-
called?
I forget. Lamont
called Billy
something
the
or other.
Butcher?
It was just
Damn it.
some guys. You go and it smells like smoked meat. It was a great butcher shop. It's a great butcher shop.
They
But
sound
my
like smell like
my
goat meat?
niece Paige was like, "Oh, and if you buy oysters there, they'll shuck them right in front of you." I'm like, Paige, I am not trusting North Dakota oysters. This place is so far away
It's very landlocked.
than any fucking freshwater source.
That reminds me of the Rocky Mountain oysters
Exactly.
joke, right? Like, those are testicles because there's no way there are oysters within less than the distance, honestly, between you and oysters in North. Oh dear God!
But
Tell me, is that what you're saying?
no, I didn't have any oysters. I had
Okay, I didn't ask specifics because you're the chef in the family.
the only
and
seafood I had came from the lake that they lived next to. We actually had to put on a fish fry, and it was very
Devil's
nice.
Lake.
Devil's Lake. It's actually
It's the
Spirit
only
Lake.
lake that fucks you. No, I'm just kidding. In a good way.
So you had poke,
Respectfully.
and you bought yourself cards.
All right.
Yeah, I mean that's where the story was going, right?
Oh wait, are we back to the
Yeah.
original? Sorry, we were talking about
Just
Devil's Lake.
tangenting.
No,
and then
I
Final
bought,
Fantasy.
I bought a pre-con deck. I'm gonna do a mini ad. Ready? It's
Yeah.
also it's more educational.
Where did you buy the cards?
Because we were talking about the decks, right?
Where did you buy
There-
the cards in town?
Actually, Maddie, Atlas Games.
That's the one that's
on Main
downtown?
Street, right next to the Hotel Retla. Honestly, at Main Street and Division, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
They're a
Area
fun shop.
code from you, dude. The story. Me and you talk. You know that I'm kind of a weird dude.
Kind of
I
a
have a
freaky
hard-
dude.
No, I have a hard time communicating.
Yeah,
With certain things.
it's a good thing I'm not
So
a
I
podcast.
walked into Atlas, which me and you are both familiar with.
Yeah.
It's literally like a block and a half away from the 3rd Street studio. Honestly, that will get the AI drones to Atlas. But my birthday, the day before, I went to Kian, and I'm like, well, he was talking to me about Magic. And I'm like, well, I'm only going to learn it for the Final Fantasy decks.
Yeah.
Because it's Commander, which is a whole different thing, which Commander feels like the best way to play Magic. It was fan developed. It has more life, and it's honestly something where, like, the best way to play is 4 plus people because you can kind of like help each other out. Like,
you can form like little alliances.
There's negotiations, and it's really cool. And I watched a lot of people. I watched Papa Meat, friend of the show.
I did see he had a video. I didn't watch it yet. Where he's like, I made $11,000 on.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited about it. I can't wait for you to buy a deck. There are 4 of them that come
I want
out.
to. I just now that I know that you can buy each commander separately.
Yes. Can I give you the options and then you tell me which one?
Sure. Yeah,
I'll
sure.
do 4 in like a few seconds. I already called one, but me and you have a tight relationship.
Bring it on me,
with
buddy.
6. So 6 is a revival deck. There was a dude I met. Willow needs to hear this too. It's important. But each deck does different things. There are 4 of them that came out. It was Final Fantasy 6, 7. I'm skipping the good numbers.
Well,
10
I know that-
and 14. So 6 is the one I got, which is each of them has 2 commanders, right?
Mhm.
That dictate the deck. We'll get here at some point. But like I got 6 early December.
So you're able to actually pick the game that you like. You can go.
Yes.
If you want to get Final Fantasy 1, you can.
No, not yet.
Okay.
But all the cards exist and they're in the ether. They just created. I don't know what Wizards does.
So sorry to repeat. So it was.
You're good.
I was distracted by Doggy. So
All
they
right.
have Final Fantasy 4.
Nope. It's 6 is the earliest, right? 6,
Yeah.
7, 10, 14.
Really?
Yeah. It was weird. 14 was the one that kind of got me.
You know what?
I played 14, so I get it. The commander they use for that is Y'shtola. It's a cat,
Some
sorceress,
NPC person.
warlock. Yeah. That's pivotal for the whole thing. Like all the DLC and all that. And then 6 is Terra and Celis. 7 is Sephiroth and Cloud. Cloud is the apparent, like, obvious choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when I
deck.
saw when you Google Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering starter deck, it is literally a Cloud deck and a Sephiroth deck.
So if I asked you who you thought the commanders were, like how I told you, Sephiroth, Cloud, Celis, Terra, which those are all fair.
Okay.
If I asked you 10, who would you think they were? Titus is obviously number 1. It was
I wouldn't.
Who would you think the second one would be? I think this is a fair one because
Is it Yuna?
who would you think it would be if it was?
either-
That's the obvious choice.
I think it's either
in a way,
Yuna or Seymour.
Seymour is actually probably the best card in that thing. Seymour and Seymour's dad are the
Just Guada.
they fall under the green. That's why
No,
if
is
I
it-
were to recommend a pre-con deck
it-
for you, it would be that.
Is it Jekt?
Jekt is the best card in the thing, in my opinion, but I barely understand Magic. I literally learned it for the Final Fantasy stuff. Like, I was super excited.
So do you know who the 2 commanders are?
Yeah, the 2 commanders are, you got it right. It's Titus and Yuna for
Titus and Yuna, okay.
because all their types match. Because it's 3 different types. Because you like Mountain, and by the way, Saban's a Mountain dude. Ga, who's my favorite Ga and Goga are my dudes. But from 6, they're also mountains. You know?
Well, that's the thing is like we were talking before, like you can either have all your favorite cards in one deck, or you can actually have a good deck. So it's like I want to play with all my favorites, but like it's like fantasy football. You can't just put all your favorite players and expect to win.
Okay.
You actually have to think, and it's like I want this, I want that.
Oh, by the way,
this.
before we close this out, I want a camera reaction of you looking at one specific card. This is my favorite looking card in the whole fucking like Final Fantasy Other Universes thing.
Yeah,
We'll Google it.
bust it up right now.
Yeah, I wanna have your reaction, and if you have one that you like in there. But this is the best looking one of like my mid favorites. Probably like my 6 of like my middest, formerly my middest dude in Final Fantasy 6.
The most mid dude in Final Fantasy
Not
6.
mid. It's just It's a character that
Go ahead,
isn't
Pat.
in either of our
Hold
like tops. No, I gotcha.
Well, let me make sure the camera didn't freeze.
Yeah,
That tends to happen.
do the thing.
Season 2, everyone. Hey.
Season 2, best season ever. All right, pull it back up. I'm gonna show Maddie a card. While Maddie guesses,
Well, you
which
know how to
character.
use a trackpad. Use a
No, I
trackpad.
know. I'm a smart boy. But look at the camera. Don't look at this. I want you to.
What, am I just going to stare down the barrel? Hi. Thank you for watching Miniboss. If you really like watching us, please make sure that you have the subscribe on. Make sure you hit that little bell. It'll make your page go all tingly.
Check this shit out.
Make
Dude.
a comment.
This fucking guy.
Say something. Say something. Let us know we're fucking alive.
You're way on that. Your computer is so slow.
Yeah. It's
Dude, the cyan card is so fucking fire. Like that's like one of my favorite things in the deck. Yeah, you got this. But yeah, the way that the artist treated both of our favorite series that means a lot to us, like, was super cool. And the way they did the cyan and the Terra deck, like the move like down to the art is just so perfect. Big fan.
Big fan of the cyan card. Oh, fucking now it's verifying we
We're
are
just
human.
here.
Are we human or are we dancer?
We're not.
Yeah, it's the
No, not that one. This one right here, dude. It looks so fucking metal. Like, pull it up. Like,
cyan, vengeful samurai.
yeah. This comes in the Terra deck. It's dark and yeah, like the steam, the way
Is he
they.
just using its fists?
No, there's a sword. Like, it's
Oh.
so cool, and the artist definitely knew the character. Like, I am so appreciative of the way, like, Wizards did Final Fantasy. Like, there's not a card in there I don't like.
Oh god, that's a summoning cost.
That's sick as shit.
Cyan, vengeful samurai. He's 6 mana white. 3/3 legendary creature, human samurai. This spell costs 1 less
With
to
double
cast for
strike.
each creature card in your graveyard.
Right.
Okay.
And my graveyard is basically the way that you
And it gets
work the
double
Terra
strike.
deck is like, honestly, the whole point of
Okay, and whether
Terra is to get this dude out as fast as
and the
possible.
more creatures that you revive,
Yep.
he gets a 1/1 counter on CM. So he's already 3/3.
Yeah. And
For each character
honestly,
you
that
revive.
cost is not going to be what it is if you do it right. If you can get Terra out quick, you're milling cards all the time. Hopefully there's, like, I'm learning the game right now, but hopefully there's monsters in there, make cyan cheaper, and then you can keep pulling them
Yeah,
back in.
you have weenie cards in there just fucking getting like fucking killed, and then you bring them back, and all of a sudden Cyan's fucking 10/10.
Right.
Yeah.
I loved it. And my favorite character, you already know who my favorite Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had the General Leo fucking Mohawk around the time I met you, honestly. And his card, another favorite of mine, dude. Like, General Leo Krista fucking murders. It's so
You know
good.
what? I'm looking forward to buying some packs. I'm looking forward to playing against you.
Next week
fucking-
we're gonna buy a few and we're gonna
Because
open on
I
there.
know. Here's the thing: the way that I process things, if I think about it long enough, and it's like, yeah, I want to get it.
You had knowledge when I came in. And I bought,
I know
like,
probably
hundreds of
by like the
cards
end
before-
of next week, I'll probably have
I can't wait.
some cards. I'm just hoping that I can get the few cards that I want, because I want to run 2 different styles. One's a red-white deck with Jot, the Dwarf King, and
I will give you Jot, the Dwarf King. I have a foil
and
of that.
Adelbert Steiner, because I think they have got some good synergy. And I want to run one where it's the Emperor from Final Fantasy II and Ultros. The
I wish I found
Ultros, the obnoxious.
I
octopus.
want. But you saw it?
Yeah.
I didn't Google it because I don't want to see it.
It
Unless I pull
what it
it.
does is it stuns your.
I want to
fucking-
pull it on air.
It
That's
stuns-
why next year
It
or
stuns
next
creatures
week.
so that way they can't act. So it allows you to set up fucking big fun spells.
God damn it! We're gonna do a thing. We could actually pull Andy and Jordan in and do a thing at some
We
point
know
on a
things.
different channel.
We know things.
But yeah, dude, this is one of my favorite cards that I pulled it, but also I didn't open my Terror deck yet. I can't wait to buy the next. I'm gonna buy another precon this week, and I'm gonna do the Final Fantasy VII because it fits in my deck right now. The Avalanche of Sector 7 is a card that I would super benefit from. And they'd use the art from the new, from the remakes.
Well, I think it's going to be really funny when you equip a Buster Sword on someone from Final Fantasy 2, you know?
Fuck it. Furion can handle it. Furion's the Arsenal dude. Like, he's one of my favorite.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Next week, we're doing the Final Fantasy Blunt Rotation Hero Edition.
I do want to do like a ranking.
Yeah. Well, this is a different ranking that doesn't exist yet because I Googled Blunt Rotation Final Fantasy.
I mean, I know everyone else has done it, but I would like to do a Final Fantasy game ranking just because fucking...
We're going to do that, but I think that's that needs to have the same amount of build-up that a UFC fight has. Because me and you have a lot of the tops, but I think there are some hills that will ruin our friendship.
Hell yeah, ruin friendships.
I love it.
So we got to wrap this up.
Are we about to do a thing?
Exactly. So last week we
tighten your buttholes.
We fucking defied the laws of Wheel and decided to pick our own game and landed on The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, which is the Game Boy
Advance
Zelda. And so
more like the Minish crap. I didn't tell him that. I didn't want him to steal that from me.
It's not a bad game. It was made by
75% of this current people you're looking at agree.
It was made by Capcom. Again.
I know. That's what's keeping me there.
And so it was the same team that did Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. When I love those games.
I loved Ages.
I love Seasons.
Do you play Seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Bro! I like the
this
blue.
one.
The blue kept me in Ages.
Definitely took the style from The Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
And it was...
Well, it was right before. Like, they might have been developed.
It was after, for sure. It was after, for sure.
Wait, Wind Waker?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. We're in agreement. I'm like...
Because I remember
when
being
was the Game Boy game?
Yeah, Wind Waker came out when I was in middle school, and...
Oh my god, I'm old as shit.
Well, it came out right as I was leaving middle school, and fucking the Game Boy came out when I was like right in high school, like right when I started high school.
Yeah.
However, this game it's tiny, which fits the whole like Game Boy portableness of it all. Yeah. It is both needlessly complex in some areas and so brain dead simple in others. Like the world is very tiny, it's very compact. Usually with Zelda, it's all about exploration. The overly complex part of it was there was this system called kinstones, where you would have to like match like different like halves of coins with people around the world. And it's like, oh, my coin matches your coin. Something good will happen. So instead of giving you a treasure for completing something, it would just add an extra step to it. And especially since some of them were missable, that it's just like, unless you're willing to grind, unless you're willing to check a guide, that it's just like, why am I doing that? And nobody ever needs to 100% a Zelda game. I was playing Wind Waker. I finished the game with half the shit. Just because it was like, yeah, this game's easy. Who needs 20 hearts? Who needs 20 hearts when 6 hearts will do? I mean, it's fun. Go play your game. Like right now, I'm playing Claire Expedition.
It's so
I have it on story mode, so of course the fights aren't that fucking crazy.
But the story's really good.
Story's really good, and I'm having fun just exploring.
And the gameplay looks amazing.
But
if it has to be easy, let it be easy.
But it's not like needlessly. It's not just like, hey, fucking like even on story setting, it's still. If you're in the wrong fucking level, yeah, you're gonna get your shit smushed in.
At least it tells you.
Right up your poopy. But as far as Zeldas go, this one's definitely, God,
Slightly lower than
I would say B minus. It's a B minus Zelda.
I would say mid-tierish cap.
Mid-tierish cap, yeah.
I'm here.
Killer.
I'm taking my break, but you know,
it's definitely not as good as Link's Awakening
or Link to the Past,
or Link to the Past,
or Link's Awakening DX,
or
Zelda 1.
But yeah, it's fine.
Honestly, Zelda 2.
It's still a good, competent game, and you're gonna be done with it in like.
Or Metal Gear
week.
Solid: The Phantom Pain. It's definitely not as good as that.
Is that number 5?
It's my number. Infinity.
But anyways, yeah, Zelda Minish Cap. It's got its flaws, but if you're not trying to play the game, don't try to 100% it. Just play through the story. There's some really good games because the whole concept of it is like you have a cap that makes you very tiny.
That cap is that is the most tattooable fucking hat in video games. Like
Eslo is one of the best like compares besides Midna.
It looks so cool. It's very iconic.
Because he's just like a crotchety old man that you wear as a hat.
It reflects the mood that you have when you play it, though. Like when it annoys you.
But it is fun that it is the Honey I Shrunk the Kids of Zelda games. Because when you shrink really tiny and all of a sudden you're fighting regular enemies as bosses, but they're huge because you're so fucking tiny. That's fun. There's some where the dungeons peter out and the design's not that great. There's some. It's just. If you have nothing better to do,
would you give a point left or right for just being the technology that it was on? Like you give credit for the creative,
especially
attempt.
Especially because I remember it most because my buddy had gotten one of those Game Boy Micros, the one that were like this big.
Yeah, familiar.
And like being able to play that, just like. That and there is one part in the end where it does force you to hurry the fuck up. They're like, oh, if you take too much time, then Zelda dies and you get a fucking game over. So, anyways, play the game. It's fun.
Are we about to?
We're about to spin this gigantic fucking wheel.
Thank God you never sync it up. What do we got? You have a lot of fun editing.
Kirby's Dream Land, Super Nintendo.
Big fan.
Big fan?
Did you play that?
Is that the one where they kiss?
No. That's that big Kirby's Dream Land is technically like the first Kirby game. I'm a big fan of the series.
Mm-hmm.
I will have Kirby tattoos. People think my boos are Kirby's, and I appreciate it when they do. You know, but Kirby's Dream Land was you had Kirby's Dream World, Kirby's Dream Land. Either way,
because I know there was that one where it was like 7
boss.
Little games in one.
That was damn it. We're gonna remember it. It wasn't Kirby's Adventure. It was fan of that whole series, or it wasn't a series. It was just
I'm not a big Kirby guy because the games are too easy. It's just like you box it down.
They had 2 on the Game Boy. The second Game Boy game was technically the one we're gonna do for Kirby's World. It's the one that gives you the animals on top of Kirby having abilities.
Oh, so that's the one where he gets like a hamster and shit?
A hamster, an owl, and a fish.
Hamster, an owl, and a fish.
Yeah.
That's all you need, baby.
That's the cheapest animals that you can.
Well, hey, fucking, we're gonna check this out for a little bit, but hey, welcome to season 2, baby. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna let the outro music play because I've been forgetting about that for the whole fucking.
Welcome to season 2. Hopefully the world doesn't.
You see those missiles from Iran hit Israel?
Yeah, because
they didn't start it.